Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making this beautiful shift dress with a side drawstring. So if this looks like what you're interested in, definitely keep on watching. And please, if you're yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up so it gets pushed out to more people that need it. Let's dive into the video. I have my fabric here on fold. I have it folded into two, okay, because I want to be cutting the front and back at once. All right, so this dress I'm making do not have a zipper at the back, so I'm going to cut the front and back almost the same thing. The only difference will be the neckline. Okay, so this is already folded into two. I'm going to fold it again to have 4 folds. Okay, and I'm going to use this center part that has no cutting at the center, has the front and the back. All right, so you are going to get your fold by dividing your together shoulder measurement by 2. Okay, so my normal shoulder measurement is 15 inches. I added my sleeve is 7 inches. I added the 2 sleeves, 14 inches to the 15 inches, which is 29 inches, and then I'm going to divide the 29 inches by 2. Okay, that is how I'm going to get my together shoulder measurement, which is what I have here. Okay, so 29 divided by 2 is going to be 14 and a half, and I'm going to give 1 inch to the folding because I'm going to fold the tip of the sleeve, right? That is how I got my fold. Okay, so having gotten that, I'm going to use the full length of this fabric. Note that this style has a drawstring at the side, which will in turn decrease the length of the gown. So you want to make the gown as long as possible so that when you draw the side, it's going to come back to the actual length you want it to. Okay, so remember that this is the center front and the center back all together. So what I'm going to do is to take my neck width, which I'm going to be using 3 inches for the neck width. Okay, I'm going to be using 3 inches for the neck width of both the front and the back, and for the neck depth of the back I'm going to be using 1 inch. All right, so I just connected the neck depth. For the neck depth of the front, this is going to be a v-neck, so I'm going to be using 8 inches for this. Okay, so I'm just going to connect it like this. Okay, so having gotten that, remember that we got our folding of the material with the shoulder measurement we are using. So on the tip here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for our shoulder slant. Okay, so I'm going to connect that 1 inch straight up to the neck tip. Okay, so this is what we have. Then I'm going to take my round sleeve measurement. All right, where your sleeve ends, just take your round sleeve measurement from there. So when I took mine, what I have is 16 inches. Remember that this is a free dress, so I'm going to add 1 inch to this for the freeness. Okay, this is a free dress, like I said, so all your measurements are supposed to be adding some inches just to make it free. Like my bust measurement, I normally use 38 inches, but I decided to use 40 inches for the cost of the dress because I want it to be free. Okay, so on the bust point, which is here, I'm going to take my measurement. I'm going to take my bust measurement divided by 4, and like I said, I used 40 or 41 inches. I use 41 inches for this because I want it to be very free. Remember that there is no zipper, so make sure it's free enough to pass your body without a zipper, unless you want to add a zipper to yours. Okay, so I divided by 2, then I add 1 inch for the sewing allowance. All right, so having gotten this, I'm going to take my hip line. Okay, so I use 29 or 28 inches for the hip line, depending on the length of the client you're working with, and the hip measurement I'm using is 42 inches. So I'm going to divide by 2. When I divide 42 inches by 4, this is what I have, right? I'm going to divide 42 inches by 4, and then I'm going to add 1 inch to it. Okay, so having gotten this, I'm just going to connect like this. Okay, so this is my waistline, right? I'm also going to divide my waist measurement by 4, and then whatever I have, I will impute it on the waistline. Okay, so having gotten this, you can either go down straight or go down like as if you are cutting an A line, but because of this, I'm going to cut straight because remember we are going to put a drawstring together. Okay, so having gotten this, I'm going to go ahead now and cut out. Remember that we are cutting both the front and the back, so I'm just going to quickly cut out what we have. When I was cutting the neck, I first of all cut out the neck for the back. Remember, we are cutting this together. Don't make the mistake of cutting the front and the back. Okay, don't cut the front because we have both the front and the back here. Okay, so when I have cut out the back neck, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this. I'm going to separate the two of them like this, so I can cut out the front neckline. Okay, so this is what I have. This is what I have. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut out the neckline for the front. Okay, so this is what I have for the front. This is the neckline for the front, and this is the neckline for the back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and cut out facing for both the front and the back neckline. I'm able to cut out a facing because my fabric is finished. I do not have enough fabric, so what I'm going to do now is to join the front and the back together, right side facing each other. Okay, so when I join them together, after joining them together, I'm going to go ahead and use a bias to turn the neck. Okay, we all know how to work with bias. After joining them together, the reason why I'm turning it after joining them together is because I want to have a neat base. I want to have a neat finishing on the neck part. Okay, so I'm going to use a black bias to turn the neck after joining the both shoulders. So you can go ahead and either cut lining for yours if you want to turn yours with a lining, or you cut facing for yours if you have enough fabric. Okay, I'm through with fixing the bias on the round neck. Then I also folded the round sleeve. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and shape. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shape using the 1 inch we added as the shaping allowance. Okay, I will shape, but before I shape, I'll fold the down part first. Okay, so you are going to go ahead and fold your down part first. After folding your down part differently, then you are going to go ahead and shape. Okay, the reason why you have to shape your down part, you have to fold your down part before you shape, is that you need to have it separate, so that when you are putting your drawstring, it will be separate on both sides. Okay, so go ahead and fold the down part first, then you go ahead and shape. All right, put your inner pocket if you want to. I'm going to put mine, it's optional. Then I'll do everything, then we'll get back and show us how to fix the drawstring. This is what we'll have after I was done shaping and also joining my inner pocket, which I said is optional. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to add the drawstring. Okay, so this is it. This is the side we are going to join. This is our shaping, right? So what I'm going to do now is mark where you want your drawstrings to start. Mine, I want it to start right under the pocket. So I'm going to start from here and fold the shaping. This is the shaping side. Okay, I'm going to fold this side. Just give it a neat folding by folding it into two. But if you turn yours with a lining, just fold it once and match. Okay, so I'm going to fold mine into two like this just to get a neat finishing, and then match it on top, creating channel for a rope to pass. Okay, I'm going to match it to where I want this one to end. Then I'm going to start here also and match the other side. I'm going to do that exact same thing for the other side of the shaping. All right, so when you are done, I already prepared the rope that I'm going to be fixing inside. Okay, I prepared 4 ropes. You're going to measure from where it's going to start and make sure that the rope is longer than the length of the channels you are creating, like mine, like this. Okay, so you're going to make sure that the rope you've prepared is longer than the channel you are going to be creating, like mine. My rope is going to start right under my pocket, and as you can see, is longer than the channel I'm going to create. So I'm going to go over to my sewing machine now and fold the both sides. I'll fold this side towards this side, fold the other side towards the other side, then come to the other side and do the same thing as well. So when I'm through, I'm going to pass this rope. Okay, if I pass from down one side end to where it's supposed to be, I'm going to match it down on top of the fabric, pass the other one as well. All right, so let me quickly go ahead and do that. This is what we'll have after we are done. Can you see the way I folded here, imputed my string, and then held it here? Okay, I stitched it here so that it doesn't draw out. Instead, it just gathers the cloth like this. Okay, so I went ahead to do the same thing for the other side, and we are done. Okay, so if you are still watching up to this level, thank you very much for sticking by. Please hit the subscribe button and also turn on your post notification so you get notified anytime we drop a video like this. Okay, also share this video and give it a thumbs up. Until next time, bye.